Biggest MMA news of the year. Conor McGregor has just announced that he's coming back to mixed martial arts, and you know what that means. That means this July, this August, this fall, this September at the latest, we'll be seeing Conor McGregor fight in bare knuckle. This is extremely exciting news. Like, look, think about all the great matchups we have. Eddie Alvarez, right? Mike Perry, Jake Paul in bare knuckle. Who knows what can happen? I mean, it's Conor McGregor announcing his return. And if there's one thing we know about Conor McGregor, it's the fact that he's never actually backed down from a fight through thick and thin, through rainfall, through hail. He's always come through. Obviously, I'm being sarcastic. Conor McGregor is never coming back to mixed martial arts, it feels like. And now he's just the boy who cried wolf. He's just back again, talking about some random thing like, oh, I'm back, mate. I'm not here to just hang out posters, you know what I mean? I'm here to fight. And all that stuff. He was meant to be fighting, I swear to God, 2 years ago at this point. But again, let's listen to the video. Let's listen to the cap that Conor McGregor just dropped on us. I'm not talking about the cap that he dropped before this event, obviously. I'm talking about the cap that he's dropped on the fan base. He was snorting something before the event. I have no doubt about it. Just kidding. But also I'm not.
Are you gonna be fighting as well, or only promoting?
Yes. Yes. The warrior spirit that burns inside me strongly.
You know when, like, you ask your dad or your grandpa, you're like, Dad, come on, Dad, like, you know, I'm getting a bit older, I really need to get laid, can you buy me a pair of condoms? Me and my girlfriend have been talking about it, and your dad's just like, instead of saying yes or no, he's like, well, you gotta, yeah, there's a fire inside you, mate, you gotta focus that fire on your studies, you gotta get some A's before you get that, D inside of your, you know, all that stuff. Never saying a good right answer, never giving a specification, just being like, ah. And then by the end of it, you're just like confused and you're thinking to yourself, so do I have to get them myself? Like, what's happening here? And that's basically what's happened here. Like, he's just selling us false tickets, like wolf tickets or whatever. Give us an answer, give us a date, give us an opponent. No, you know, just keep holding me back, mate. Just give me a date, just give me somebody, you know? Just tell us, bro. Just say that you're not gonna fight. That's all we want to hear.
For sure. If you think I'm up here giving these speeches and leading these men into battle, and I won't step in there myself, think again. For sure, Conor McGregor will fight in bare knuckle fighting championship. Mark my words.
Mark my words. It ain't over yet. Wives in me DMs and all that stuff that he said in 2021. It is over. It's been nearly 4 years since that thing. If you think about it, right, 2 years ago was when we did the coaches challenge for the Ultimate Fighter. That was almost 2 years ago. We were supposed to see Conor McGregor fight that fall. What happened? No fight. Year later, again, scheduled to fight Chandler. No fight. So what's happening now? Conor McGregor is not fighting. He just isn't going to be fighting anymore, is what we've learned. A damn shame. Let's listen furthermore. And the crowd is just eating this up. Like, this is just a crowd that's just like, oh my god, yay! You know, like when you're in like a crowd and you're just like, you just go along with the way, like the vibes of someone that's saying. Like, imagine like after someone like Pereira wins and he just says, fuck all people of a specific color and all that. And you're just like, what? It's just such a crazy thing that they said. But you just have to cheer it on. It's kind of like the Conor McGregor effect at this stage of the game. Like, the guy will just be like, he'll say something atrocious that no one believes in, and we'll be like, oh my god, Conor McGregor is like announcing his return date, what? And I feel like that's kind of feeding into his ego as well. Like, think about it, like, Conor McGregor is just going to be giving us fake dates, fake stuff on his Twitter. I think he just released a girl band recently. Like, that's what he's up to nowadays instead of fighting. Let's just keep listening.
Do you already have a fighter which you would like to fight?
The old Conor McGregor would be like, yeah, I want to fuck up Khabib, I want to fuck up Jose Aldo, just give me the title, I'll beat anybody, anywhere, anytime, I'll beat as many people as you want me to beat in the first round. Mystic Mac predicts a round 1 KO, let's do this in September. Let's see what this version of Conor McGregor has to say. Huh? What? A fight? What? Doing the Dana White basically. What? What did he say? What? What? A fight? Yeah. Well, you see me fire spirit burns, but right now me nostrils be burning because I just did some coke behind the scenes, and all that stuff is basically what he's thinking right now.
Is there a fighter that you would like to fight against?
So, do you have any experience in this field of work that you're trying to get a job in? No, is basically what Conor McGregor should say, but instead of no, he says a longer version of no, which we can just imply to be no because it's just so vague and so ambiguous that, you know, who knows. So, do you have experience in this job? Okay, so you don't, so you get out of here, please. Like, you're wasting your time. Like, come on. The big silence is like, oh my god, now I have to think about fighting? So if you're really, really committed to coming back to mixed martial arts and fighting, wouldn't you have like a plan or a course of action ready? Like, why are you thinking so heavily about it now? But let's see if we can pull this shit out the fire.
I'd like a world title in this company. I would wish to be the bare knuckle world title. World champion.
Yeah, that's right. He would like to be the bare knuckle world title. That means the next time someone wins a championship fight, Conor McGregor will personally be wrapped around their waist. Let's continue.
That is a significant belt to hold in your career. You know?
Again, this is just Conor McGregor, the promoter at this stage. Like, you know, I know he's always wore suit and ties. Back in the day, he would wear a suit and tie, and then he would just basically be a hoodlum underneath all that, just calling out everybody, saying whatever he wants about them. Nowadays, just like, you know, the Twitter warrior Conor McGregor era is crazy. Like, basically at this stage, like, you know, like, I'd like to be the world champion at this here. I like to fight Bilal Muhammad. Like, all this stuff. Like, dude, just come on. Just be realistic. Pick a fighter, fight them. Chandler's still waiting. Not that I want to see that fight anymore, but still, like, can we just get something realistic? You're not going to become the title in bare knuckle fighting. You're just not going to do that. And you're also not going to be fighting bare knuckle. Don't be ridiculous. You're not going to be fighting instead of, like, 40 million paydays, taking, like, a 4 million payday, you know? Just be realistic here. Well, why do we have to hear this nonsense about the...
No, nobody from boxing to mixed martial arts can speak nothing bad on a bare knuckle fighting championship world champion.
Let's see if someone can say something bad about this.
So for sure I would be coming in looking for the world title. You know, there are many bouts, showcase bouts. You could say Mike Perry. You could say Jeremy Stevens. You could say a rematch against Eddie Alvarez. You could say many matches, you know, but the lightweight title, who's the champion right now? Lightweight, welterweight.
Lightweight, welterweight. Who's the champion, by the way? So no one can say anything bad about bare knuckle, but for some reason you can't name the champions of your own promotion. You're not serious about coming back, otherwise you'd have a name ready. Whoever the champion is, you'd be like, oh, it's you, me next. And bet you anything, no one will ever complain and say, oh my god, Conor McGregor hasn't earned a bare knuckle fighting lightweight title shot. It would just be like, oh my god, Conor McGregor's fighting. You can make that fight happen whenever you want. But you're not. There's no like, rumors. There's no agreement between anyone verbally. Otherwise, you would have heard something about it, Conor McGregor. Stop lying. And just tell the truth. You're not going to fight in bare knuckle fighting. Stop trying to sell us that bare knuckle fighting is going to give us a Conor McGregor fight. It just won't.
Let's see. I am open. We will see when it comes.
We will see when it comes. The last words, you know what I mean? Like, you're clearly not going to fight if you're going to see when it comes. You're going to see when it comes? What the hell does that mean? The old McGregor had a date ready. He had a call out ready. Anyone, anywhere, anytime. I'll fight anyone. I'll butcher your face, mate. What now? What now? What now? You know what I mean? Like, what now? We'll see when it comes. Won't be this year. Might not be next year.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
And now some random guy just babbles on for a fucking while. Let me just skip that ahead. Let's go straight to the translations.
Combattimento in generale nella vita.
Hi, Conor. You are famous for your winner mentality.
Oh, is he?
What suggestion would you give for to the young generation, to the young fighter?
Show up.
Show up. Like, yeah. That's so the irony that he's about to spew out is going to be crazy. Show up. Let's see. Let's see what else you need to do if you want to become something in this sport.
Show up. Commit to your passion.
Okay, commit to your passion.
And show up daily.
Show up daily, okay.
Eliminate distraction. Eliminate distraction.
Oh.
You know, right now, I look at my life, and with so much going on, I akin it to I am away handing out flyers I am promoting and handing out flyers. But at some stage, we must go back to the shop. If I am out handing out flyers, the shop is unattended. So for young fighting men and women with aspirations and dreams of becoming world champion, you must live your life in the gym. You must live your life studying and perfecting martial arts. It is the
Even Conor McGregor sees the irony in this. That's why he's like, oh, well, I'm out here giving out flyers now. Well, why is that a factor that you had to bring up? Because after that, you didn't say anything about it. If you want to be successful, be in the gym, train every day and all that stuff. But why did you bring up that, oh, you know what, I'm out here just giving out flyers? Like, even he sees the hypocrisy in what he's saying. He knows he's not preaching what he's saying. I mean, look at his nose. Like, if you actually look carefully at his nose, it looks like it has morphed into the nose of Mr. Potato Head from Toy Story. I mean, that's the level and insane amounts of he's been sniffing, you know? The devil's lettuce. Not the devil's lettuce. The devil's powder. The devil's baby powder. The hypocrisy is insane. Like, at this point, like, even Conor McGregor is like, eliminate distractions. I mean, you can't eliminate the powder out your nose, mate. Like, how are you supposed to be saying eliminate distraction? The old Conor McGregor, this meant something. When he said stuff like this, it meant something. It meant something. Like, Conor McGregor, this guy from Ireland, from nothing, you become the biggest star in the history of the sport. And now we're hearing him say, well, you know, gotta be committed to your passion. Like, you're not passionate about this stuff anymore. Unless you're on Twitter and drunk. And then you're passionate all of a sudden. Then all of a sudden, well, I'm the second greatest fighter to ever do it. You know, it's Anderson than me. Hasn't fought, has only lost in recent times. And for some reason has slowly climbed up his own all-time great rankings. His own personal rankings, he's climbed to number 2. From losing fights and being, you know, out of the sport, basically. Let's listen to more hypocrisy.
The only way on earth you will have a chance. So, show up, commit, and win.
Thank you.
At this point, it's just like a false prophet. Like, he's just giving out fake advice that he doesn't believe himself, or he doesn't preach himself. Like, let's be honest here, Conor McGregor of the old. This makes complete sense. I mean, the guy was in the gym all the time, but ever since the Floyd Mayweather fight, I mean, he's been in the lines, the powder lines, this entire time, it feels like. Like, he's whatever. I mean, I guess he's earned enough money. He doesn't need to do this anymore. But as just from like a fan perspective, it's just a guy that claims that he loves to fight, that he's ready to fight, that he's actually in preparation to return. Just a bunch of lies at this point. Just the boy who cried wolf. And there's no way we will ever believe that these random ass interviews where he's just like, you know what, I'm ready to fight and I'll be back this summer. Like, he's just not going to happen. Also, the fight's just not going to happen. Like, it's been so many years at this stage. 2021 was the last time he fought. He broke his leg. We get it. But he was scheduled to come back in 23. He was scheduled to come back in 24. They would have scheduled him to come back in 25, but there was just no clear date that he gave out. The guy is knee-deep in the powder. What are we supposed to do now? Just believe these nonsense? Oh yeah, Conor McGregor is going to be back in bare knuckle. He couldn't come back to the UFC for the biggest payday of his life probably at this stage, because the money's just been going up ever since, and I bet you anything Conor McGregor, the return for Conor McGregor would do huge numbers. But no, apparently he's going to come back to bare knuckle to fight Mike Perry, or maybe Eddie Alvarez, or Frankie, or what's his name again? That's kind of ironic that I'm forgetting his name considering, you know, the thing. Jeremy Steven, you know, all this stuff is just...
Conor, you are big.
I have another question for Conor. Hi Conor, sorry for my English first of all.
Ciao.
You are...
this guy's just going to suck off Conor McGregor for a little bit. And yes, that is the entire Conor McGregor press conference, I guess. Like, mark his words, he'll be back. He's not coming back to mixed martial arts. It's just so unlikely at this stage of the game with all the money that is earned. Like, it's probably going to have to take something like Mukesh Ambani from India, just basically giving him $100 million to do a fake boxing fight with Logan Paul for him to come back to any sort of combat sport. Like, the guy can't stay sober for 10 weeks. He's not going to fight. It's just not going to happen at this stage of the game. And if he does fight, he'll get absolutely mollywopped by anyone he fights. So yeah, that's the entire thing. Conor McGregor is never coming back. He's just the boy who cried wolf at this stage of the game. Like, the guy... It was great while it lasted, but nowadays it feels like we need to move on from Conor McGregor. We can't just be sticking to these bullshit Conor McGregor fight rumors. Like, I mean, what does a Conor McGregor fight even mean? Maybe I'll make a video on this tomorrow, just making a video just saying what does a Conor McGregor fight even mean. But for today, this entire thing was just complete nonsense sauce, really, with a side of bullshit. Anyway, that's the entire video. 235 subscribers. I didn't upload in the last few days. Sue me. Don't sue me. I don't think you could get any money out of this channel anyway. Like, share, and subscribe. Get me 250 subscribers. It's a small goal, but just fucking do it, alright? I'll see you next time.